If you're a heating and air conditioning salesman or a selling technician, how do you prevent install errors before they happen? This is a fantastic question. I'm Scott Bell, coming to you live from Haleiwa, Oahu, on a perfect day to talk about sales and business and a fantastic day to talk about you. This video is powered by sellingtechnicians.com. So here's the thing. One of the worst things that can happen is when jobs go sideways after you've made promises. And so your role, your responsibility before the installers get to that job is to over communicate. So we are in a digital age and I am a digital dude. So ways that you do this: you take multiple pictures from multiple angles. You take pictures of refrigerant lines, line sets, circuit board issues, electrical issues, zone board issues, size issues, cracks in the ceiling or cracks in the floor before you get there. And then you write a note: "Dear Mr. Installer, here is what's going on. This is what to expect on this job." And that goes in the job folder, right? Because that install team is showing up like it's the freaking moon and they're waiting for supplies to come from the mothership. The other thing that you do is, if it's a difficult job, you meet the installers on the job and you show them your vision, right? You get there, say, "Here's what I was thinking. Here's what's going on." You're like, "Scott, I got to get up early in the morning." Yep. That's what makes you better than everybody else. That's what makes you a closer, and that's what makes you get deals. That separates you from the kids in the industry, okay? And the reason I bring this up is it's far easier to deal with a problem right now on the day of the install than 4 weeks later when nobody remembers who promised what. Because I'm going to share this with you. This month, you are going to come across an install where somebody got multiple bids and can't remember of the 22 people that they talked to who said what. So, "Hey, Scott, you told me that you were going to re-encapsulate all of this stuff in the ceiling." We never talked about that. That's not on the scope of work, right? So this is part number 2. Your scope of work should be well defined for your client to make the install issues very easy, okay? So the scope of work says we're going to remove a 3-ton, split system 90% furnace and replace it with a 3-ton split system 95% furnace, 15 SEER 2. We are going to enlarge the return to a 30 by 20 with a high flow grill. We are going to replace you are going to go into depth and you're going to go into detail, because these are things that are going to help your install team out. I never understood when I was a sales manager why comfort advisors would just write "replace equipment." What, are you going to run out of ink? Are you charged by the letter to write these things down? No. When I became sales manager on one of the teams that I worked with, I was like, you are going to define the entire description and write out your entire scope of work. "I don't want to do that. I'm tired." You can't write down 4 sentences. You're going to make $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 on this deal. You're telling me you can't write out with a pen, "Here's the job scope," because it's going to clarify for the homeowner what needs to be done, right? That's how you limit issues. That's how you take care of things. Now, here's the thing. If you want to be better at sales, you want to be good at what you do, you should absolutely, positively join my email publication right here, HVACtechsecrets.com. I'll give you the goods, not in the Facebook group, not the YouTube channel, which means private coaching, private training, discounted coaching, discounted training. It's an email publication. And occasionally, "Hi, my name's Scott. I try to sell you stuff," right? Number 3 on this list, when it comes to writing out what the person is going to pay, then you really should explain what that is. So you have your cash price and you have everything else. So, if that person tells you, "I'm going to write you a check," we gave you a cash discount. So the cash discount was for a check or for cash. If you're going to use financing or if you're going to use a credit card, there's no cash discount on that. So if they come back and they say, "Well, now I want to use a credit card," we gave you cash pricing. So pay attention to the laws, the state you're in. I'm not a doctor, attorney, marriage counselor, or therapist. Hi, my name's Scott. I'm a taco enthusiast. Check your local state laws. Don't hold this against me if it's illegal wherever you're at. But you should absolutely write, if you're going to use a credit card, it's this much. If you're going to use the cash discount, it's this much. That way, when the installers are finished with the job, they know exactly what they are supposed to collect on, and that homeowner can't go, "Well, I'm going to give you a credit card." No, you negotiated for freaking cash. You negotiated for cash. That's what you're going to pay. That's what you're going to do. The goal is to over communicate. You got pictures, you got videos. Now, here's the thing. Bonus number 4. If things go sideways and you have enough pictures and you've got enough video, you can negate a lot of complaints and a lot of concerns and say, "Hey, listen, I've got pictures. That's not how it was." For real. If I was selling today and I was going into a home, I look at the ceiling around the access hatch if the furnace is in the attic, And I take pictures all around the ceiling, and I look for whistle pops. That's where the screws or the nails start popping through the ceiling. I'd look for cracks, and I'd bring the homeowner, and I'd literally take a picture, and I'd point, and I'd hold my camera pointing to the crack, right? Pointing to the crack and saying, hey, there's a crack here. I'm going to put it in the job notes. And in fact, I might even say there's a 12-inch crack, 13-inch crack, 14-inch crack on the ceiling next to the access hatch. Over communicate in your documentation the problems and the issues. It will save you a lot in the end. You got one of three things to do from here. Just one of three. Find the subscribe button, click on it. Every time I send out a video, you'll get an update. 2, hit follow. 3, come on, share this video with a friend. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.